Hi, good morning again. Today we're going to talk about a review of geometric properties. So let's get right to it. We're going to go to, and I also have a pen that's better than yesterday. We're going to go to our geometric properties and we're going to review some of these things. Now, you do have this sheet, this 100% entire sheet in your documents on the Google Classroom, okay? So, and the first little area up here, it's just a review. So what we're doing is matching the following pictures with the vocabulary. Right here in A, we have two lines like this, lines that do not intersect and are not parallel to each other are called skewed lines. Okay, as you can see, these lines right here, they are not parallel, but they are never going to intersect. The way these are, those are called skewed lines. Right here on B, as we can see these little tick marks right here and right here. B right here, this is called a segment bisector because bisector means it is cutting it into two equal parts, two equal segments. Okay, so this is going to be a segment bisector down here. If we're looking right here, let's look at angle bisector. We talked about a segment bisector. It cuts it into two different parts, and that's what the tick mark means. Well, then right here is an angle bisector. This cuts this angle into two congruent angles. They're exactly the same. That was E. If I look up here at C, all right, I have a straight line and an angle just going up randomly. And now I have two angles. These two angles right here are going to be called a linear pair. That means these two angles make up one line. We can also call something like this supplementary. Supplementary angles means that they add to 180 degrees. And these are going to add to 180 degrees. So D is going to be complementary angles because they're going to add to 90 degrees. These two angles, when added together, make a right angle. So those are going to be called complementary angles. Right? We already did E. This one right here, F. This sign means it is a congruent. It is congruent symbol. This is a symbol for congruent. You will see me write it like this and do this, okay? G right here is going to be line AB. This is how we document a line. There will be 2 points on it. We can see that it's going forever. It is going to be a line AB. And then this right here over here for H is coplanar points. Coplanar means they're in the same plane. They're not necessarily on the same line, but they are in the same plane, which means the flat surface. Some more important vocabulary is at the bottom of this page. I have a picture over here, and we're talking about different types of angles at this point. Okay, vertical angles are angles that are opposite when two lines cross. So, for example, 1 and 4, those are vertical angles. 2 and 3 are vertical angles. 6 and 7 are vertical angles. 5 and 8 are vertical angles. Okay, angles that are opposite when two lines cross. Corresponding angles, one angle will be in the interior and one on the exterior between two parallel lines. For example, 2 and 6. These are called corresponding angles. This is a transversal. When a transversal crosses two parallel lines, okay, corresponding angles are going to be 2 and 6. Corresponding angles could be 4 and 8, 1 and 5, 3 and 7. They're going to have the exact same measurement. Alternate interior angles, okay, this means alternate, which means they're on the opposite side of the transversal and they're on the interior. So 4 and 5, 3 and 6 would be alternate interior angles, where alternate exterior angles are going to be the ones on the outside of the parallel lines. 2 and 7, 1 and 8. A linear pair means that they're going to be on the same line and they're going to add up to 180 degrees. 2 and 4, 6 and 8, 5 and 7, 1 and 3. Would be a linear pair. Consecutive interior angles, they're going to lie on the same side of the transversal. For example, like they're interior, so 6 and 4, okay, 3 and 5. Those are consecutive interior angles, where the consecutive exterior angles are going to be 2 and 8, 1 and 7. Now, I went over this vocabulary really quick, but this should be just a review for you from way back when. So if you do have questions, you can ask me about those. I do want to go over some right here. And I have these. Draw and label 3 different types of triangles, classified by their angles. And I did all of this for you. It was hard for me to do a picture, so I couldn't do that. So we have acute, right, and obtuse triangle. And these are classified by their angles. Acute means that you're going to have 3 angles that are less than 90 degrees. So all those right there are less than 90 degrees. A right triangle is one that is exactly 90 degrees. And then an obtuse triangle would mean that you have one angle that is greater than 90 degrees. This right here is definitely going to be greater than 90 degrees. Now, if we have a triangle and we're trying to classify it by its sides, there are 3 different ways to do that: equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. The equilateral triangle means that all 3 sides are equal. And you know me, this is going to be very difficult for me to draw. This side is equal to this side is equal to this side. A isosceles triangle means that 2 sides are the exact same. Let's say this one and this one are the exact same. And then scalene triangle, no sides are the same. They're all different lengths. Right? Now, for your work today, you are going to answer the questions at the bottom of the page. They're pretty easy. Okay? What are the indicated angles adjacent? Okay? And then down here, we're going to see if the measure of angle 1 and 2, they are complementary. So what does angle 2 have to be? For example, complementary means they need to add to 90 degrees. So if angle 1 is 52, what would angle 2 have to be to add to get 90 degrees? All right. Supplementary angles means they need to add to be 180 degrees. So if angle 1 is 52, what does angle 2 have to be to add to get 180 degrees? And then down here at the bottom of the page, you are just identifying complementary, supplementary, vertical, linear, and adjacent angles. There is more than one answer for these. Okay, so I just want you to complete those. And you also have one more sheet for volume. Yesterday we worked on part of the volumes, and today we're going to do 8 more volume formulas. I hope you have a great day, and please turn these into Google Classroom. It's easier for me to see and grade if they're turned into Google Classroom. Thanks, and have a great day.